10 things attractive men never do. You're trying to level up your attraction game, but there's one massive mistake that everyone makes, and it's holding you back. Attractive men? They don't fall for it. They never do the things that everyone else thinks makes them attractive. Curious? Here's the truth. These 10 simple habits could change how women see you. No gimmicks, just real, subtle power moves. It's time to level up, and it starts right here. Welcome to 𝐲𝐬, the place where high-value men come to get inspired, to level up their style, own their love life, and take charge of their relationships. Number 1. Chase validation. You've probably felt it before, the constant need for approval. Whether it's scrolling through your phone, waiting for that notification, or looking for compliments to boost your confidence. Validation, in this sense, is like a quick fix. It feels good for a moment, but it fades just as fast. And the worst part? It's never enough. You get that like, that comment, and within minutes, you're looking for the next hit. It's exhausting, isn't it? But here's the thing. Chasing validation is a trap. The more you rely on others to define your worth, the more you lose sight of what truly matters, self-worth. If you're constantly looking outside yourself for confirmation, you're never going to feel truly secure. It's like walking into a room, worried about what everyone thinks of you. Your confidence crumbles, and people notice. It's draining, and it shows. Now, imagine this instead, walking into that same room knowing that you don't need anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. No checking your phone every 5 minutes, no seeking reassurance, just pure, unapologetic confidence, because you know who you are, and that's more than enough. How do you get there? Start by focusing on internal validation. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and recognize your own value. Instead of looking to others for affirmation, trust in your own abilities. When you stop chasing, you'll realize that confidence built from within is the only one that sticks. Number 2, overshare personal details. You know the guy who tells his life story before he even orders his drink? Yeah, oversharing personal details is a trap. It feels good to open up, but when you start talking about your childhood trauma, your failed relationships, or your financial struggles in the first 5 minutes of a conversation, well, you're already crossing a line. We all love a good story, but some things need to be kept for later. What's the harm, you ask? Oversharing creates an emotional burden on others. It can make people feel like they have to tiptoe around you or take on your emotional weight before the relationship even gets started. It's one thing to share personal stories when there's trust. It's another to spill everything and create a situation where people start to feel uncomfortable. Instead, hold back a little. Give people a taste of who you are without giving away the whole script. Imagine walking into a room and instead of overloading everyone with your baggage, you leave them intrigued. They're curious. They want to know more. The benefits? People respect boundaries, and mystery adds an attractive layer to your persona. So next time you're about to spill, ask yourself, do they really need to know all of this yet? Focus on engaging conversation and reveal bits of yourself naturally as trust develops. You'll find that the best connections happen when you don't give everything away at once. Number 3, look desperate. Desperation is a silent killer when it comes to attraction and confidence. It often shows up as constantly seeking approval, over-texting, or going out of your way to please others, especially when you're trying to impress. You know the type. The guy who jumps in to help every single time, even when it's not needed. Sure, it feels good in the moment, but here's the truth. Desperation screams insecurity. It doesn't make you more attractive. It makes you seem like you're trying too hard. And no one likes to feel like they're being won over. Here's the real kicker. Attractive men don't act desperate. They know their worth, and they don't feel the need to constantly prove it to anyone. They're comfortable in their own skin. They engage with others from a place of abundance, not need. Imagine walking into a room, not feeling the pressure to be the loudest, the funniest, or the most charming. Instead, you stand tall because you know who you are, and that quiet confidence is all you need. So how do you stop looking desperate? Start by focusing on what makes you genuinely happy, independent of others. Prioritize your own goals, your passions, and your well-being. Build your confidence on things you control, like your work, your hobbies, and your own growth. When you do this, people, whether friends, colleagues, or women, will naturally gravitate toward you because they can sense that you're not desperate for their validation. And that's when true attraction happens, when you stop chasing and start living authentically. Number 4, compromise their principles. Compromising your principles is often done with good intentions. Maybe you're trying to fit in, please someone, or avoid an uncomfortable situation. But when you compromise your core beliefs, you're essentially giving away a piece of your identity. Attractive men understand that principles are the backbone of their self-respect. When you allow others to push you into doing something that doesn't align with your values, you not only lose credibility with others, but you also start losing respect for yourself. But here's the thing. It's easy to fall into the trap. Let's say you're at work and you're pressured to cut corners or take credit for someone else's work. It might seem like the easier option in the moment, but over time, it erodes your integrity. People sense when you're not genuine, and you start building relationships on shaky ground. The solution? Don't bend your principles for convenience. It's tempting, yes, but true strength comes from standing firm. Imagine being in a situation where you could easily compromise to avoid conflict, but you hold your ground and respectfully express your beliefs. That's the kind of respect you command, not just from women, but from your colleagues, friends, and even yourself. By staying true to your values, you show people that you're grounded, mature, and capable of navigating life with integrity. And guess what? This makes you more attractive, not just to women, but to anyone who values authenticity. To incorporate this, set your boundaries clearly and practice them in everyday situations. Don't apologize for being true to yourself. Number 5, wear ill-fitting clothes. Let's talk about clothing, specifically ill-fitting clothes. You've seen them before. Those shirts that are too tight, pants that hang awkwardly, or jackets that swallow your frame. When you wear poorly fitting clothes, it sends a message that you don't care about yourself or how you present yourself. And let's be real, no one's attracted to that. Whether you're at a social gathering or in the boardroom, clothes that don't fit make you look sloppy and out of touch. Now, here's where most guys get it wrong. It's not about spending a fortune on designer brands or following every trend. It's about finding clothes that work with your body, not against it. If you're squeezing into something that doesn't fit, it's going to be uncomfortable, and more importantly, it will show. And the opposite is just as bad. Baggy clothes make you look like you're hiding something. That's not the goal here. Picture this. You walk into a room, the fit of your clothes is just right. The pants hug your legs perfectly, the shirt complements your shoulders, and the jacket feels like it was made for you. You stand taller, feel more confident, and people notice. So, what do? Invest in getting your clothes tailored. It's not just about the price tag, it's about how they fit. And trust me, the right fit elevates your style and boosts your confidence. Look for clothes that highlight your best features, and be prepared to invest in a good tailor. A well-fitted wardrobe doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you feel. Number 6, let others control their narrative. When you let others control your narrative, you're giving up the one thing that makes you truly valuable, your ability to define who you are. It's easy to fall into this trap, especially when you're trying to fit in or please others. You start adapting to the expectations of those around you, whether that's your friends, colleagues, or even family, allowing them to shape the story of who you are. But here's the issue. When you let others control your narrative, you lose your authenticity. You become a reflection of what others want you to be, not who you really are. You'll find yourself agreeing with opinions you don't believe in, doing things you don't feel comfortable with, and letting your own values slip away because you don't want to rock the boat. So what's the better approach? Take control of your own story. This doesn't mean being arrogant or dismissive of others. It means being unapologetically you. Speak up when necessary. Stand by your beliefs and own your decisions. When you set boundaries and make it clear what you stand for, people will start to respect you not only for what you do, but for who you are. Imagine this. You walk into a room, and immediately, people respect you because you project self-assurance. You're not trying to please anyone. You're just presenting yourself as someone who knows their worth. Now, that's a power move. Taking control of your narrative means you're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions. You become the author of your own life. And let me tell you, nothing is more attractive than that. Number 7, fear confrontation. Avoiding confrontation seems like the easier path, right? But here's the catch. It's actually making things worse. When you avoid tough conversations, you let problems linger, and they grow. Whether it's a disagreement at work, a misunderstanding with a friend, or an issue in your relationship, Avoiding confrontation only creates more tension. You might think you're keeping the peace, but all you're really doing is bottling up frustration. People start to notice that you avoid directness. And guess what? It doesn't make you seem calm or easygoing. It makes you seem passive, or worse, weak. Now let's flip that. Attractive men aren't afraid of confrontation. They handle it with confidence, maturity, and respect. They don't shy away from difficult conversations because they know that addressing issues head-on is the quickest way to resolve them. Imagine being in a meeting where everyone else is avoiding the elephant in the room. You step up, calmly express your thoughts, and the room respects you for it. That's the kind of presence that commands attention. Confrontation doesn't have to be aggressive. It's about facing issues with clarity. So, next time there's tension, address it. Don't dodge the conversation. You'll walk away with respect, stronger relationships, and most importantly, confidence. Number 8, overthink interactions. You know that moment after a conversation when you replay every word, every glance, every gesture, wondering if you said the wrong thing? That's overthinking. And let me tell you, it's a silent killer of confidence. When you overthink interactions, you're trapped in a loop of self-doubt, second-guessing every move you make. And here's the truth, that never looks good. It makes you appear tense, unsure, and often out of place, even if you're a master at what you do. The problem with overthinking is that it pulls you out of the present moment. You're not fully engaged. You're busy wondering how you're coming across. Imagine being at a meeting or social event, and instead of really listening to what's being said, you're too busy mentally rehearsing your next move. That's not confidence. That's anxiety disguised as preparation. So what's the fix? Stop overanalyzing. Instead of focusing on how you're being perceived, be present in the moment. Engage with the conversation naturally, without the pressure to perform perfectly. If you say something that doesn't land right, move on and keep talking. People respect confidence, and confidence comes from being yourself, not worrying about whether you said the right thing. Start by shifting your focus to others. Listen, ask questions, and truly be in the conversation. You'll notice the difference. People will respond better, and you'll feel more relaxed. And honestly, it's a lot easier than you think. Number 9, act overly self-conscious. You know the feeling. You're walking into a room and suddenly all eyes are on you. Or at least it feels like they are, right? Every step, every word, every slight movement is under a microscope. You're worrying about what others think, analyzing your every gesture. It's exhausting. The thing is, acting overly self-conscious makes you look insecure, even if you're trying to hide it. When you're constantly adjusting your posture or trying too hard to be just right, you lose that natural flow and confidence. Here's the kicker. Attractive men aren't worried about looking perfect. They walk into a room comfortable with who they are, imperfections and all. Their secret? They stop overthinking and just show up as themselves. You might wonder, how do they do it? Simple. They've learned to let go of the fear of judgment. Instead of wondering, what do they think of me? They focus on engaging in the moment and enjoying the experience. Now picture this. You're in a group, having a conversation. Instead of worrying about every word you say, you focus on being authentic, speaking from the heart, and connecting. That's when the real magic happens. People aren't drawn to you because you're trying to be someone else. They're drawn to you because you're being yourself. The solution? Stop overanalyzing and embrace your natural confidence. Let go of the constant self-checking. This will not only make you more attractive, but will also allow you to build deeper, more genuine relationships. Number 10, get emotionally dependent. Emotional dependency can sneak up on you. It's that constant need for reassurance, always seeking validation from others, whether it's your partner, friends, or colleagues. You might find yourself getting anxious when things aren't going as planned, or leaning on someone for emotional stability every time things feel off. The problem? This can make you appear weak and frankly exhausting to be around. No one wants to feel like they're carrying the emotional load for someone else all the time. Now, let's be clear. Attractive men don't need others to dictate their emotional well-being. They know how to handle their emotions on their own. They're grounded, resilient, and most importantly, they don't expect others to fill the emotional gaps that they should be filling themselves. Picture this. You're facing a challenge, whether it's at work, with family, or in a relationship. Instead of spiraling or needing someone else to manage your feelings, you take a step back, breathe, and approach the situation with clarity and control. That's the real power. The secret? Develop emotional resilience. Focus on building your coping mechanisms, whether it's through self-reflection, a hobby, or physical activity. Cultivate the confidence to navigate life's ups and downs on your own terms. You'll find that the stronger your emotional foundation, the more attractive and stable you become in all areas of life. Bonus point. True attraction comes from a mix of confidence, self-respect, and mystery. Here's the bonus you've been waiting for. True attraction isn't just about the way you look or how much you impress others. It's about how you carry yourself. It's a mix of confidence, self-respect, and mystery. And when these three things are in balance, your level of attraction skyrockets without even trying. Confidence is the foundation. You've got to know your worth, but not in an arrogant way. We're talking about the kind of confidence that comes from within, the kind that doesn't need to shout, but quietly stands its ground. You're comfortable in your own skin, no need to prove anything. Then comes self-respect. Without it, nothing else matters. When you respect yourself, you make choices that align with your values and boundaries. This makes you far more attractive, not just to women, but to everyone. Self-respect isn't just a trait, it's the way you navigate the world. Lastly, mystery. It's the secret sauce. You don't need to reveal everything right away. People are drawn to what they don't know. It's the curiosity you leave behind that makes others want to learn more about you. Imagine this, walking into any room, confident, respectful, and intriguing. People can't help but be drawn to you. This powerful combo doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you unforgettable. And the best part? It never fades. If you made it to the end, drop a simple comment below like "I'm in" to show you're part of our real community. We truly appreciate you sticking with us. As a thank you, here's that bonus point. True attraction comes from a mix of confidence, self-respect, and mystery. And this is what will make you stand out in every area of life. Don't forget to like this video to support our growth and help its visibility on YouTube. Subscribe for more and share with someone who will benefit from it. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.